British title relinquished by Tony Simpson in February after he'd been beaten by the American Frank Tate for the IBF title. And this place seething with excitement on behalf of this man, the remarkable Herol Graham. Cook in the white trunks. 29 last month. Graham, 28, southpaw. Graham first won this title in 1985. Strangely enough, after Simpson had given it up then. And Cook's all tangled up on the ropes and in Graham's arms, doesn't quite know where he is. And Sid Nathan has an avuncular word with Herol Graham. Sid's business here will be keep this as tidy as possible without too much rough stuff. Cook's a man who suffered one or two very early setbacks in his career. He's had 3 bad knockout defeats in early rounds, so these opening rounds are going to be crucial for Cook. Graham known very much as a defensive boxer, but he can punch if he wants to. Like that, the left hand's gone through and he's hit him when he's down. He definitely hit him with the right when he was on the floor. Sid Nathan had a very quick word with him, but he's let him off. And Cook's in trouble here in the opening round. Only 1.5 minutes gone. And the left hand of Graham has already signalled big danger for the man from Peckham. And Graham clearly is in no mood to hang about. I wonder if at the back of Graham's mind there's the thought of all those recent Nigel Benn quick wins. And he'd like to do something similar. Cook's trying to gather himself, trying to ward off the attacks. Graham has quick hands, and so far he's shown that the speed of hand can get through the Cook defences. Cook at the moment seems to be able to do very little except try to tie Graham up. End of the first coming up. Well, that was a lively opening round from Herol Graham, the 28-year-old former European and British champion. Well, he put together 1 or 2 attacks there that threatened to bring this to an early end. Our overhead camera, that was the left hand that sent Cook sprawling on the canvas, and that was the right hand, the illegal right hand that Graham threw as he was down. But he got away with it. But once more like that, and Sid Nathan might have to step in and do something rather serious about it. You can't have that. And the remarkable record of Herol Graham, the only man to beat him, Sambu Kalambe, who is now one of the world middleweight champions.
Seconds out, round 2.
Cook in white. Cook is the former Southern Area middleweight champion. This is his first chance ever to win a national title. Cook is in fact the only man to have beaten the useful middleweight prospect Michael Watson, whom we've been hearing about a lot quite recently. He outpointed him 2 years ago at Wembley. But Cook has twice been beaten by Jimmy Price of Liverpool, a man whom Graham destroyed for the British Middleweight Championship in under 2 minutes. The left again. Cook fell for it a second time. And the Londoner clearly has little or no defence against that southpaw left. Punch through the guard. Of bomber ring out in the City Hall in Sheffield. Graham wasn't born here, he was born in Nottingham. But his current life is spent in Sheffield. He does all his, well, most of his training here. He helps underprivileged children in this city. He's a very popular character. Difficult to see at this moment what Cook can do about this, except throw a lucky punch. He's been hit with the left again. Actually, he's recovering quite well from these left hands. But how long for? So anxious to get this over quickly, he's beginning to look quite careless. He's slinging punches he normally wouldn't sling this early in a fight, and he's wide open. But Cook at this moment in no position to throw much himself. He's too busy trying to keep out of trouble, and not being very successful at that, I'm afraid. It was the left hand again that caused all the trouble in that round. There it comes, almost jerking Cook's head off his neck. And he recovered well from this because he was all over the place under heavy fire, and he managed to come fighting out of the corner at a moment when Graham might have felt he had it won. So that's the second round in a row when Cook has been very near to defeat. And the record, I'm afraid, is not impressive, particularly recently. A lot of those defeats, 7 of them have come in the last 2 years. James Cook, just 29 years old.
Seconds out, round 3.
And Graham already has marked up the first 2 rounds to himself comfortably. Another Sheffield man, Brian Anderson, held this British middleweight title quite recently. He lost it to Tony Simpson. He retired, and he's in the audience tonight. He's training now to be a referee. Graham is a quicksilver mover. He's got fast hands, good footwork, brilliantly defensive, but not slow to attack when the chance comes. Cook tried to sneak right there, and he didn't miss Graham's chin by very much. Well, after what happened to Tommy Hearns in America the other night, when Iran Barkley pulled a punch out of the bag, you never can tell in this game. But Cook seems here at the moment to have an almost impossible task. There's the left yet again. The punch, the left hand that is slowly destroying all hopes of Cook becoming a British champion. Graham now just poised to throw the left hand. Look at how wide apart his legs are, giving Cook no chance to get at him. So for the third round in succession, the left hand of the former British and European champion has left its mark on James Cook in the other corner. What a brilliant boxer this man is. He really did look on his way to a shot at the world title. Strangely enough, the man he would have met had he beaten Sambu Kalambe a year ago would have been Iran Barkley, the man who's just set back all Tommy Hearn's hopes. Interesting to think what might have happened if Graham had met him then. And Kalambe, the man who beat him, has gone on now to win the WBC title. The WBA title, rather. And in Barkley is now the WBC holder. James Cook. How much longer can he go on taking the left? Cook is trapped in his own corner. Slipped, stumbled, lost his footing. From the sound of it, Cook has precious few supporters in this hall tonight. But the interesting thing is he has survived the first 3 rounds. There are signs in this fight that Graham wants to do what he did with Kalambe, and that is to have a fight rather than to box. And he came unstuck with Kalambe doing that. It's paying off for the time being, but if Cook were to stay strong and really started to wage war, there's no telling what might happen. Graham might well be a little disappointed at this particular moment that it's not all over. Graham not quite so dominant in this round. And that might well have given James Cook some confidence. He's come through 4 rounds. And just towards the end of that round, he began to show signs of wanting to come forward. That looks like a little nick on the side of his eye there. It is indeed. And if that gets any worse, that's going to give him plenty of trouble. That's in a nasty position under the eyebrow. Well, the referee here tonight, one of the most famous figures in British boxing, Sid Nathan, and this tonight is his last fight. Retiring after 30 years as a referee. He tells me this will be his 1,320th fight. He's refereed 18 world title fights, and this is his 37th British Championship. Well, the game will miss him, but we shall undoubtedly see him around at the ringside as a judge. So Sid will be with us.
Seconds out. Round 5.
So Cook comes out in the white trunks, cut slightly on the left eyelid. Fight beginning to assume a different pattern. And that's the first attack. Cook has mounted. His confidence is coming back, but he walks onto a solid straight southpaw right. More like the old Herol Graham, skipping and dancing, refusing to allow the other man to put a glove on him. Beginning to look a little flashy. Different tactics entirely. Sid Nathan's had a word with him. Graham will certainly get ticked off by Sid if he doesn't look a little more aggressive than this. Very interesting. He hasn't managed to put him away in the first 3 or 4 rounds, so the tactics have changed. Ring built up against the stage of the City Hall, and those people sitting in the front row of the stage really getting a super view of all this action. Graham again trying to bring this to a finish in the 5th. Got him. 1, 2, right on 3, time. 4. This is the end of the 5th.
6.
The count will continue.
7, 8.
He's 9. Up at 8, but I think it's over. It is over. Graham has done it. At the end of the 5th round, he went defensive for 2 minutes and then suddenly switched the tactics right round the other way yet again, and it was all over. So Herol Graham, at 28, becomes British middleweight champion for the 2nd time in his career. And undoubtedly from there, well, that will be the launching pad for an assault perhaps on the European title, and then on towards the hoped-for shot at a world crown. Graham, amid his own people of Sheffield, triumphant, and this crowd rejoicing in the win, singing and giving their man the hero's acclaim. In all truth, it wasn't one of the greatest tests he could have, James Cook was a little bit out of his depth there, but he stuck with it for 5 rounds. In the end, he couldn't withstand the punching power and the superior skills of this extraordinary fighter. And this is how it finished, right up against the bell on the 5th. The left hand again, it was that beautiful left hand that had dominated this contest. He punched it through yet again. And although Cook made his feet, he was in no fit state to continue, and Sid Nathan called it all off. Graham is the champion. Different angle. What a beautiful punch that was. You see, unless you really look for it, you don't see it. It's such a quick, short left. It had devastating effect. So 50 people in the ring now, and the whole of Sheffield very, very excited about Graham's 40th professional win, just the one defeat. B.J. Eastwood talking to his man. He's the manager now of Herol Graham, the man who used to look after Barry McGuigan. 10 years now since Herol Graham won the ABA Middleweight Championship. Not a bad 10-year celebration tonight. And we must spare a thought, though, for James Cook in his 20th pro fight.
Gentlemen,
outclassed.
on a count out at the end of the 5th round, the new middleweight champion of Great Britain, Herol Graham.
Great to have Herol Graham back then as a contender, now for the likes of Nigel Benn, Michael Watson, and in particular Sambu Kalambe. Great middle